Hey, welcome to today's Website Review Wednesday with ConversionSites.biz. This is Kate Lawler. Looking forward to our website review today. And without further ado, let's get into it and dive right into today's website. So in this edition of Website Review Wednesdays, we're going to be reviewing the website for Jessie Gilbride. Thank you again, Jessie, for submitting your website for review. And hopefully this gives you a lot of great feedback and some food for thought that you can move forward with. So I'm going to make this really quick. Our website reviews, I like to keep them short, simple, to the point, and make sure that I'm giving you a lot of great information for you to be able to use right away. So the first thing that I notice is the site is very nice and clean. I like that there's not a lot of clutter. I think I'm always torn on dark backgrounds with light font because a lot of the times for usability, from a usability standpoint, lighter fonts on a dark background are more difficult to read. But because this is in black background with white font, I kind of like it, to be totally honest with you. I think that it's different. I love the color, the background color, so I would stick with it. But if you're not sure how well it's going to do, then just split test it against another site that has a lighter background with a darker font, light dark. So that's the first reaction that I have to the website, is definitely that it's nice and clean. It's easy to read. Obviously, your name here, nice and big. Your tagline here. I'm not 100% sure what you mean with your tagline, what your object is, I should say. If you're trying to speak to your end client, then if I were you, I would kind of reword this a little bit. This could definitely be on your About Me page or About Us page, whatever it's going to be, because I like it, but I don't really understand what it means for the client. And I think that when it comes to your homepage and when it comes to your tagline, you need to speak to your client's needs and basically answer their question, what's in it for me? And this doesn't really tell them what's in it for me. It tells them, what it's all about you. All right, so that's my first critique, I should say, is just to rethink your tagline a little bit. Next, coming down here, these are nice, although I would like, this throws me off a little bit. They should all be the same size, the same height, even if there's not as much content in here. They should definitely be the same size. But what I do appreciate is the dark font on light background again, and the font size is very good for usability. It's clearly a 14 pixel font size, and that's great because that is the smallest you want to go for any font size. And you could even probably increase it to like 16 and still look good. It wouldn't look weird like it's too big. So I see that there's two ways on the site to view information. I can scroll down or I can click here. If I click here, it's going to scroll down for me to your works. So this is a really interesting way of putting your works on the website here. I like it. I could actually see this being a little bit bigger so you can get an idea of the content that's on the site. What I didn't understand here was at the bottom, it doesn't look like it's clickable. So even though it clearly is clickable, when I click on it, I can't tell that from hovering over it. So I would definitely change that. From a usability standpoint, people like to know if it's clickable with the little hand. See, everybody knows that little hand means you can click on it. So down here, you're not seeing that. So that's the first thing that I would change. Nice, easy change for you. And then finally, About. I think that you have a great opportunity here with your About page to give people more information. The second most viewed page on every website is the About page. So this is a nice little blurb, but I think you can go further. I think you can put pictures of yourself up here. I think you can, I definitely like how you add things like you brew beer, create and perform music. So there's opportunity here for you to even go further with that. Get people to know not just who you are, but what your goal is, what your philosophy is behind why you do what you do. So, clearly you have some room for growth here. Now, this brings me to the next thing that I wanted to talk about on this website, which is what it's lacking. And I know that you did mention it's still a work in progress, so hopefully this will give you a good direction to move forward with. But the first thing that I see here is there's no call to action on this entire site, with the exception of a little button down here that says send me an email. Now, first of all, this is just a personal pet peeve of mine, and I know that I've heard it from other people, that when you click on a button that is a mail to button, I see down here at the bottom that it says, mail to Jessie at jessiegilbride.com. I'm assuming when I click on that, it's going to open, my Office Outlook platform or whatever platform they have on their computer. And a lot of people don't really use that anymore. Some of them do, some of them don't. I definitely prefer to see a contact box or an option to contact through Gmail or Hotmail or other popular email platforms online instead of just automatically assuming they're going to use Outlook or another website software. So, email software. So that's just something to think about for one. But that's just a little thing because this is way down at the bottom, and if somebody just happens to land on here, you have literally 3 seconds to keep them there. And I'm not seeing anything that's going to catch someone's attention that's going to keep them on your website long enough to get to the about section. And then when they click on that and it opens a different program on their computer, and then they might end up Xing out of it altogether. It's a lot easier to have a contact form right on your site. And I'm not sure what platform you're using to design your sites, but there's a lot of really great ways to incorporate a contact form that are very simple. I'm sure you know that because you are a web designer. Last and not least, in terms of a call to action, I always like to see an opt-in box to get on a email autoresponder or newsletter, as some people like to refer to. But I don't like to refer to it as a newsletter because people don't sign up for newsletters. People sign up to get information that's valuable to them. So I definitely think that you have an opportunity here to add some more information in between here. Definitely in between your, I guess that would be your logo. I think your logo is right here, but your headline here and your tagline, and then underneath you could easily put a grab my free report about A, B, and C with an email opt-in and a submit button. It would be really easy to incorporate in a very thin, almost like a slider across here. It doesn't have to be a slider, but you can incorporate however you want. But just a little content box here that would get people on your list, and then you can market to them after they've left your website. And that's number one rule on marketing, especially online, is that once they leave your website, if they haven't opted in, they're gone forever. And you definitely don't want that. You want to be able to follow up with them, even if they're just moderately interested in the services that you offer. At least this way you can build that interest and you can build that relationship with them. So definitely missing a headline, definitely missing an opt-in box with a call to action. And this information down here is really great, but I would like to almost see like a clickable read more link so that people understand what responsive means, what you mean by functional, added functionality, like what kind of added functionality, what exactly do you mean by that? Beautiful, that's pretty self-explanatory. And structural, semantically proper, and SEO ready. Speaking of SEO, you're definitely missing out a little bit on SEO on this website, on your on-page SEO. Now, if I look here at your source, which view page source, let's see if I can see any of that. The only place that I could possibly see your keywords and things like that would be here because it's not on your home. It's not on the front end of the page of the website, and so you're definitely missing a little bit when it comes to SEO. A little bit, adding a little bit more content, or even having a blog here would be very beneficial for SEO for you. having an article somewhere in the middle about the benefits of business web design, or specifically about what it is that you do that have some rich keywords in there would be great. But you need to beef up your SEO just a little bit. You've got some good good links up here. I'd like to see a Facebook link, but if you don't use Facebook, that's okay. It's just a lot of people look for that. But a mail to is great. LinkedIn, Twitter. This is Delicious. I don't know how many people use Delicious anymore, but if you find that you've got a good following there, keep it, obviously. Everyone's different when it comes to social media, so I'm not going to go too in-depth about that. But I hope this gives you some good information. Definitely dig deep and come up with a good headline, a good call to action, a different tagline. I would just move that right down to your about here. I would just, instead of saying a few words about, just change it to say this, your name and this. And that's clearly about you. And then just edit your tagline a little bit. All right. If you have any questions about this, let me know. I'm going to give you your score in just a minute here, but I think that just about covers everything. There isn't a whole lot of content on here, so I can't really look at a lot of content. If you do add a blog and you want me to take a look at your on-page SEO in that respect, feel free to send it to me again. Other than that, I look forward to hearing from you in terms of the updates that you've done and looking for more feedback if you need it or want it. And without further ado, let's give you your score. So thinking back over everything we saw today on Jesse's website, the final verdict, our score, so to speak, we measure in 4 different ways: our usability, functionality, SEO, and conversion principle grades. And when it comes to usability, Jesse's website was great. It was very easy to read. It was very easy to determine where to go next and what went to where. You click on a link and you got there. Or you could scroll and see the whole website. There wasn't a lot of fuss about it, and it was just, like I said, very, very easy to use. There weren't any Flash or programs that you needed to install to view the website, which always is annoying for some websites when you can't view certain parts of it. So again, usability and functionality grade as well, both absolute A's. But when it comes to SEO, there's definitely room for improvement. In fact, I didn't see any SEO on the site whatsoever. So unfortunately, Jesse, I have to give you an F for SEO. I'm really sorry. But luckily, your website's still a work in progress, and there's a lot of room for improvement there. And I'm sure that when it's done, it'll be an A+. And lastly, your conversion principle grade. I gave you a D on conversion principle grade because it's a little bit better than your SEO, obviously, but there's still a lot of room for improvement there. You need to add a headline. You need to add an opt-in box. You did have a small call to action at the bottom to send an email, but you can do a lot better with that. And it's really, you want to have a marketing funnel built into your website that takes visitors from point A to point B with no questions, answering all their questions, and guiding them to exactly what your goal is, which is to either contact you for more information, get on your list, or hire you right then and there. So there's a lot of room for improvement, like I said, with your conversion principle, and unfortunately I had to give you a D for that as well. But again, work in progress. You can easily make these improvements to your website, and if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to contact us, and we can certainly guide you in the right direction, especially when it comes to your ad copy and your headlines. Okay? So that's the end of today's edition of Website Review Wednesdays. If you have any questions, just head on over to our website, conversionsites.biz. Go to contact us and send us an email, or you can just peruse the site, peruse the blog, and see if there is any information in there that helps you out with what you need. I look forward to hearing from you with your feedback, and I hope you all have a great day today. Thank you.